This playthrough is rated T for teen. Greetings and salutations everyone, Vauldemare here with Z.H.P. Unlosing Ranger versus Darkdeath Evilman. And yes, I am going to say the full title every time I play this game, so suck it. Anyway, let's get on with the training. How do we become a, well, Unlosing Ranger?
Oh, are you ready? Anyway, the more I look at you, the less you seem like a hero. Are you sure you're the same unlosing ranger the world fell in love with? Whatever. I prepared a training course that'll make anyone strong in a matter of seconds. With a guaranteed survival rate of 1%, a dungeon for advanced heroes at level 2000. It'll be easy for you since you're the unlosing ranger, right? It better be or I'll be pissed.
Idiots! You're talking crazy! Heroes aren't gods! When we get punched, it hurts! When we eat stuff off the ground, we get diarrhea! Or worse.
There's worse? Who are you anyway?
I'm Pirohiko Ichimonji. I'm his guardian spirit. I couldn't keep quiet since you're putting impossibly high hopes on him. Let me tell you one thing. Heroes get scared too.
You came out here just to say that?
Hi. As you just heard me decree, I am your guardian spirit.
Wait, you two just met?
Yeah.
I guess that's okay. You lost that battle in an instant and now have some weird ghost backing you up. I've never seen a hero like you. But I guess level 2000 might be a bit too much for you to tackle now. We'll have to drop the level of the dungeon by a lot to start you out. We'll start with a dungeon called Dungeon Crawling for Dummies. Even you can do this one, right?
I don't like the way that sounds, but I guess it's appropriate for now. Let's go.
Hey! Don't command him around. You're just his guardian spirit. I'm the one issuing orders here.
Give up, and it'll all be over. Don't let this be your final episode. It's still too early for your ending.
Training, I have to ask you one thing. Don't tell me you don't know how to fight. You serious? You call yourself a hero?
Hold on just a sec. He's got a kind heart in him, so he's probably not good at fighting.
That doesn't answer anything. What kind of hero isn't good at fighting?
Listen, people always cheer on their heroes because they have some kind of flaw. Like a hero with a 3-minute time limit, or one whose tail is his weakness, or one who turns into a girl when splashed with water.
I don't think that last one on the list is really a hero. Anyway, if he doesn't know how to fight, then he's not a hero.
It is the existence of a weak point that makes somebody a hero. Isn't that great motivation?
Don't ignore me! Whatever. Let's practice before we start the Dungeon Crawling for Dummies program. Let's start training in the tutorial dungeon.
Alright, so this is the tutorial sections of the game. I guess I'll let him talk through most of it, but the gist is how to play this game. Yes. It's pretty straightforward, at least from what I understand. I played a bit of this before, actually playing the game just to see if I could play through it or not while recording it. So basically, since there's no really basic main dialogue here, the basic controls are you can move around with the directional pad, you know, as so. You can alter your battle, which will affect basically the villains as well, so you have to take advantage of that. Hold the square button to move the buttons to directional facing, which is important for attacking as well as defending, which we'll get to that eventually. Up at the top, obviously, top is your HP, which is how many hit points. If you 0, you go back to the main area. And if you go back to the main area, you lose a lot of stuff. So you want to make sure not to die during battles or dungeon crawls and stuff like that. Make sure to have items with you. So if you need to leave or a dungeon via like an item. Well, wait, I heard there's... Well, we'll get to that when we get to that, so... Ian is basically your specials bar for... It'll help regenerate your HP if you've got it. If you eat to restore it, so make sure to have items on you. Field of view, pretty straightforward. They won't follow you until you either make noise or go into their field of vision. So he said something about, sorry if I clicked that a little fast, basically pick your nose and stuff like that. Nose to you, yes, and then they'll follow you until you kill them or whatever, so see as it shows there. I mean, I could have skipped this, I guess, but I thought it was important to show it too, so yeah, see. Right towards now, see, it suggests ways to not get cornered and be attacked by 3 people. There's a lot of actually games like this. A lot of people consider it called roguelike or roguelite or whatever. There's a couple of handheld games that it is too. That's probably why they put this on this game specifically. So, sorry, I'm trying to adjust my cables and stuff like that in my room. To do a PSP recording, I have to like hook up like 5 things. It's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, see, it shows the scene where he basically faces the guy to attack him. Yeah, so, I mean, pretty straightforward. Not sure what else to really say about it. A little death cry. Ah! Yeah, and it talks about if they make noise, other people might notice it, so you have to take that into account as well. Looks like they didn't, though, in the tutorial section.
Good luck.
Yep, and then you can attack their ass. Yep, and he'll follow you, so there you go. Basics. Yeah, if you need to know what's going on, press the triangle button to go to the main menu as such. We'll explain the rest of this when we get to it. So let's go ahead and just basically do what they showed during the tutorial. I mean, it's basically the same thing, so not too difficult. Yep, and dead. There you go. And we leveled up. Yay! Don't tell me you worked as a hero without a license in the past. What are you two whispering about? Nothing at all. Now let's move on to tutorial 2. This is about menus and other such things. Let's do it. Since there's no, especially important dialogue, I thought I didn't really need to focus on that. So, all right, let's do. Basically, I think I'm gonna make this a tutorial episode so we can get all the basics out of the way. So, and then yeah, if you want to, you can kind of just talk to some of the people around here. Don't really have anything too important to say. Sometimes they'll have funny dialogue. This one you can check your records about like what dungeon you cleared, how fast you cleared it, so forth and so on. This guy will have the music section you can unlock later, so if you want to listen to some of the awesome music, you can. She's the items lady, so you can buy items and stuff like that. Yeah, you don't use my items in the game, you use world hero points, or world, something like that anyway. I mean, it's basically money. For the tutorials, I really don't need to buy anything yet. I will eventually, so. And that's just what that is. And then these, I believe, are supposed to be portals to other sections, so if you need, but we don't have to do that quite yet. Square jumps in this little area. Circle is for fastness. Triangle is for menu. The X button doesn't do anything. L and R turns the thing. If you want to move your camera angle, you can. And the directional pads will also move you if you don't want to use the little analog stick too. But anyway, let's do tutorial 2. Battle applications, basically items and special abilities, I believe. Can't be an unlosing ranger without learning all the basics, am I right? Every game's tutorial. Although for these types of games, like Disgaea stuff, you kind of need these tutorials to at least get the idea of the game. Because they can get as easy or as complicated as you want them to be. So, yeah, pick up dungeon. You can pick up stuff in the ground. Basically a dungeon crawler RPG. That's basically what this game is for the gist of it.
Good.
That means, yep, get the dagger. That basically means there's a lot of stuff I will not actually record and show because a lot of it will be like if it's not a story dungeon and I want to level up or get stuff, I'll probably not even do that on screen because that will be pointless, you know what I mean? So basically most of the stuff I'll record is either stuff I want to show or story-based sections. But anyway, that's the game. It's telling you how to equip. Press the triangle button, go to the equipped, and equip on whatever part you need. So it's there. There's also condition in the game, which I'm not a fan of condition in any game where weapons get broken after a while. That's really annoying, but you can repair it in this game, so it's not horrible, but you know, as a game where you can go through multiple dungeons at once, you have to be aware of this. So yeah, it basically says if it goes to 0, you can still use it, but it sucks harder, you know. So make sure to keep swapping out, or make sure to have extras just in case you need to not completely waste all your items and stuff like that. And it tells you if you press the directional pad left or right, you can see if they have any special items or abilities attached to them. This one has a strike spell, basically like a blade slash. Yep, so go to press triangle, go to the menu, go to cast, and that'll put your ability in action mode, you know, like abracadabra or something like that. Yeah, using special abilities will consume energy, so you have to pay attention to that. So you don't want to, you know, get to 0 by using it every single time, unless you know it's going to be like a one-hit dungeon area. So make sure if you're going to use these items, make sure to have items of healing on you so you can eat and stuff like that. Range. Green for me, red for enemy, yellow for reserve space. It shows where at. It basically shows the spot I need to have open to finish the ability. If something's there, it won't let me do it, basically. So anyway, we've activated the ability through the demo here. And then we just activate it whenever it says ready to go. So we test it out. Well, I'm not doing anything, by the way. It's the game doing it, but you get the gist of it.
Get him!
So there you go. Ah! Yep. And it takes 2 turns. It might be different depending on certain abilities, but generally you just have to pay attention that it takes 2 rounds. Now we're going to learn about blocking. Blocking will nullify most attacks, or at least reduce it severely if you do it right. Now she's going to tell me to get my ass... she's going to tell me to get beat down. I forgot this is a rated T game, so I have to pay attention to my language a bit. I'm getting my butt beat down here. Took some damage. Could've just told me, but hey, why not? Alright, now it's gonna tell me about figuring out about when to block and stuff like that. So there you go. It's also if you're not facing him, you might even take more damage depending, so. Yeah. Oh yeah, don't block regular attacks, only block specials. You could probably block regular attacks, but it's not as effective, so anyway. Let's basically say, hey, now you've learned how to do this, do it yourself. So I'm like, okay.
Stay on guard.
There you go. And then let's go and do it again. I'm basically just gonna use this the whole time. There we go. There you go, we did it. Yay! And if they have 0 condition and you're not gonna heal it, get rid of it, basically. Otherwise it wastes your item space. And you can also throw crap at enemies too if you really want to, which is on the options, so we're gonna do that here in a second. Great preview, yay! Dun 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 dun! We leveled up. Woo! You know, I have no idea what level we need to be to get to the end game. We're basically doing disguise style, where we'll do certain chapters, fight certain people to power up to fight Darkdeath Evilman at the end of the game. I assume he's the main boss. There might be a twist, but that's the gist of it. Alright, let's go with training number 3, I think. I think we can do one more before the end of the episode, I think. Pick up and throw. Sorry if this is a little boring, I just gotta get this out of the way. Basically, it's good for you and for me as well. So that way I can figure it out and be more effective while playing the rest of the game. I'll probably suck it a bit, but we'll just see what happens. Pick up and throwing stuff. Find dungeons can be picked up and thrown. No matter how weak you are, you'll still be able to pick it up and throw it, so rest assured. Let's try to pick up Spiky over there.
All right.
Unlosing cape, huh?
Good luck.
So I need to throw. Pick up the menu, pick up. Ooh. Now we're gonna... I think this is one of the first games to start using pickup as a very big feature next to like Phantom Brave and stuff like that, but I could be wrong. They're in certain distances. Okay. Can always throw it on spaces and enemies or spaces you can't move to. Okay. Throw it over there for some reason. To buy time, use it to heal yourself. Makes sense. Some will deal damage. Okay. Basically telling me what direction I can throw the item. And I guess we can throw it at him. I don't know why you'd waste time like that unless it's 0. Oh, unless useless enemies can be thrown at enemies to squeeze the last bit. Yeah, I see. Some can poison, tranquilize. Yep, so some items will have special abilities. That was pretty straightforward, actually. Alright, it's just telling me the cheat sheet of it, so. Yay.
You did it!
There's really no reason. Well, okay, let's see. I don't know if we get to keep these items. So that's I think you can actually equip that, but let's just try this, see what that is. Yeah, he's asleep, so I could whack his ass. And then throw.
Good.
Oh, I didn't even need to run in. You know what? I'm gonna go and throw it. Why not? There we go. Dead. Da 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 da. Yeah. Yeah. So you lose your levels, and all items will be lost. So yeah, dying in this game sucks. So, but you know. But like she said, sometimes you need to die in certain places to do that. So, but you just have to remember. Yeah, we'll figure out all these details as we play along. Now we can use some more facilities. Okay, I got an apartment. I can basically store a lot of items. So before I go on adventures, I can store some items there if I don't want to lose them. If you get knocked out, items are stored on vanish. So yeah. What? Okay then, that's funny. Yeah, blacksmith will repair my crap. Alright. I guess I need to go take up my quote-unquote wife and quote-unquote kid. Or save. No, you can save, yeah. Okay. If you did save, you're set in the middle of training, the game will assume you got... Ooh. So I can't just save, I can't just turn off the game if I'm sucking. It's one of those types of games. You could put I could put the PSP in sleep mode, but there's a really high risk of it running out of power before that, so. Yeah, I hate games that won't let you. It's like Animal Crossing, where if you do that, I think it's what, Mr. Rossetti or whatever, pops up and gets pissed at you for doing that. Yeah, that was really annoying. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and save the game, and on the next episode of Z.H.P. the Unlosing Ranger versus Darkdeath Evilman, we'll figure out more about our powers, meet our wife and daughter, or kid, and we'll learn more of what we need to do to be a hero. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoy.